Take cover, keep hidden, and get ready to infiltrate a super secret organization.
The society includes at least 3 U.S. presidents, Supreme Court justices, and too many senators and CEOs to name.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's Top 5 Facts. In today's installment, we're counting down our picks for the top 5 most interesting facts about the Yale University secret society known as the Skull and Bones.
A number of reports say that there are niches with human skulls and whose skulls they are. They're supposedly the skulls of famous people, and there's one skull that was labeled the skull of Geronimo.
It's an organization with a history spanning over 150 years, shrouded in mystery and retaining some pretty unique and fascinating secrets.
Even though their identities were known, what they did inside the tomb was still supposed to be top secret.
Number 5. Lots of powerful elite or bonesmen.
Chris, welcome to the Skull and Bones Society. This is where the most powerful men in the world are groomed for their futures.
Conspiracy theorists love discussing the Skull and Bones, especially how many important, influential, and powerful members have passed through its doors.
Oh, he's an ambitious man. The idea of getting the Supreme Court is the only thing he really loves.
Members of this super secret organization are known as Bonesmen and have included Senator John Kerry, former President William Howard Taft, and 3 generations of the Bush family, including George W. Bush, George Bush Sr., and Prescott Bush. But more on him later. Other Bonesmen have gone on to head multi-million-dollar corporations or otherwise become power players on the world stage, leading to much speculation that the society is meant to breed future world leaders and other men of influence.
We share similar backgrounds, you and I hope similar values which could put this society's influence to better use.
And we say men of influence because the Skull and Bones actually didn't accept female membership until the 1990s, long after Yale University itself went co-ed in 1969. This desire to keep the society small, intimate, and male-dominated only adds to its legacy of mystery and secrecy. Or maybe it just makes them look like jerks. Jury's out on that one.
You know, someone I loved once told me that if it's secret and elite, it can't be good.
Number 4. They allegedly stole the skulls of historical figures. So remember how we mentioned that George W. Bush's grandfather, Prescott, was a bonesman? Well, in 1918, the patriarch was among 6 other bonesmen who served as guards in Fort Sill, where famed Apache leader Geronimo died and was buried. The legend is that Prescott and co. stole Geronimo's skull from the site and brought it back to the Skull and Bones headquarters known as the Tomb, where it's said to reside to this day. So enduring is this tale that in 2009, Geronimo's descendants sued the Skull and Bones for the return of his remains. The case was dismissed in 2010, but not because the bones aren't there necessarily, but because the judge decided that the law they cited only applied to grave robberies that occurred after the law was passed in 1990. The Apache warrior skull isn't the only macabre object reportedly housed within the tomb either, as author Alexandra Robbins claims that there were also skulls belonging to Mexican revolutionary Pancho Villa and former President Martin Van Buren within the tomb, as well as coffins, gravestones, and even a set of silverware which reportedly belonged to Adolf Hitler.
There are photos of skulls inside the Skull and Bones tomb.
Number 3. Initiation involves some bizarre rituals.
As is customary with all our new members, you now have to spend 7 minutes in the closet with our most senior member.
We've already mentioned that the Skull and Bones headquarters is known as the Tomb, but is what actually goes on down there in the depths all that dark and mysterious?
That sounds kinda cruel.
No, you'll love it. It's great.
Well, it's been said that the initiation rituals for potential bonesmen can include some very bizarre, occult-inspired trappings.
The initiates have to do things like drink fake blood out of a skull.
One former Yale student turned journalist for the New York Observer even managed to capture on videotape one of the Skull and Bones rituals for neophyte pledges to the society. These rituals include a mock human sacrifice, the kissing of a skull, and various embarrassingly juvenile taunts from elder bonesmen to these neophytes.
They're sort of trying to scare the initiates, make them, disorient them, frighten them.
According to Alexandra Robbins, another infamous hazing ritual involves having a neophyte lie naked in a coffin, masturbate, and reveal their most secretive sexual experiences and fantasies. Are we having fun yet?
Wolfie! Yeah, it's my safe word, baby. It's my safe word.
I don't give up.
Number 2. They have their very own island. Once a bonesman, always a bonesman. This is the idea behind the Skull and Bones membership, as the Society's alumni retain oversight of its activities, while also owning its real estate under the Russell Trust Association. One piece of this real estate is a private island belonging to the Skull and Bones known as Deer Island, located along the St. Lawrence River. The original purpose of Deer Island was as a retreat destination for Bonesmen, where members would enjoy fine dining, play tennis, and otherwise catch up with Bonesmen alumni who have lost touch over the years. The idea of vacationing on Deer Island is one which has somewhat lost its luster for younger Bonesmen, however, with many new students claiming that the island has largely fallen into disrepair.
Talk about your fixer-upper.
In 2009, Gawker posted photos from an alleged Bonesman's Facebook page depicting what they say is a weekend at Deer Island. It really just looks like a diverse group of friends having a drunken good time in a shabby cabin somewhere. Kind of disappointing. Number 1. The Skull and Bones isn't the only secret society at Yale. Yep, just imagine. Not one, but several freaky clubs. Some even richer than the Skull and Bones, all perpetuating dangerous and bizarre hazing rituals, and all going on to secretly run the world. Or something. They go by such similarly cryptic names as Scroll and Key, Book and Snake, and Wolf's Head. According to Robbins, they all keep a checks and balances approach to how they recruit reliable new members, protect their own unique hazing traditions, and keep up to speed on what every other secret society is up to as well. Others claim that the point of all these secret societies, including Skull and Bones, is a much more benign one. They are merely an opportunity for students to create relationships with a diverse set of new people and hopefully gain some lifelong friends.
In any fellowship, you need someone you can trust. Someone to be there, always and for anything. A soulmate.
Or at least a few college drinking buddies. So, are you ready to pledge allegiance to the Skull and Bones? And would you go through degrading hazing rituals to gain some powerful friends?
Is it the old Groucho Marx joke that I just don't want to belong to any club that would have someone like me for a member?
For more accomplished Bonesmen top 10s and skull-kissing top 5s, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
So what's the payoff for all the secrecy, all the elaborate rituals? Well, here's the thing. Skull and Bones has a reputation of taking care of its own, no matter the cost.